I was thinking, how do I want to position this? How do I want to format this video? Because obviously it's a review, not review, sorry. Obviously it's a prediction. What do we want to talk about? What do we want to focus on? After lamenting for a while, I feel like there's so much going on in Wano right now. I want to focus on some comments that we had from the previous videos that I thought were really good. Things that I really didn't touch on too much in the review and the analysis. And we're going to talk about something that I see trending. And based on you guys' comments, so I thank you guys so much for commenting and supporting, because that's led me to come to certain conclusions, right? And I'll let you guys know towards the end of the video how I feel about it. For right now, these comments. Some of you guys do a really great job at comments, and I just want to acknowledge them as much as possible, right? So one comment was from a previous video. This is by Pubix Cube 27. Oda chose the perfect character in Sanji to make a superhero out of. He has a costume, a secret identity, and literal superpowers. Joy Boy made a good point of saying that unlike the fan base, Sanji doesn't care about winning or losing. As long as he can save someone, i.e. Tashigi, the crew, Chiffon, or Momo, then it's more than enough. Clutch King Mr. Prince is back in full effect. Can't wait to see what else he does with the raid suit. This comment is a bit hyperbolic because I think Sanji does care about winning, but at the end of the day, in comparison to Zoro, just in comparison to anyone, from Sanji's perspective, winning is viewed completely differently. I think sometimes for Sanji, winning is saving the person, right? In this scenario, people looking at the situation saying, well, Sanji got sent into the wall. He got sent flying. Well, for Sanji, winning is being able to save Momonosuke and also helping him escape. So in that matchup, he won. He came through, utilized everything he had, and he won that matchup. He accomplished his goal. And that's the thing with Sanji. Even though things aren't always done by him, he's the catalyst. Like for him going and stopping Doflamingo, he won that matchup because he stopped Doflamingo from killing his crew, and therefore that gave Law enough time to save them. He won, right? So he accomplished his goal. And I think people don't look at it from that perspective and appreciate those moments because it's always like, oh, he got destroyed by King. He's trash. He's depending on the raid suit. Why do you like that character? Sometimes in the community, people get consumed by their agendas, where it's not even about the story anymore, because you're literally just trying to find more ammunition and fuel and evidence for your agenda. When you're reading, you're not reading, you're skimming. You're just looking through, all right, there we go. I'm gonna use that on them tomorrow. I'm gonna kill the game. What are you doing? So for Sanji, I think he's become an unappreciated character. And part of it is due to Oda, but I think some of it is just misunderstanding and mislabeling him and comparing him to Zoro, where Zoro is more of a straightforward character, right? What you see is what you get, no nonsense. I collect dubs. That's what Zoro is about. For Sanji, it's a bit deeper than that. For a lot of Sanji fans, when he went off and did his thing, when he disappeared, a lot of people knew he's going to come back and do something great. Bro, I talked about this. He's going to come back and do something great. He makes the most sense to save Momo. People are like, oh my God, how can you stand a character like that? It was a clear setup for Mr. Prince, for the hunter. A clear setup. Why would the hunter not hunt when we're facing the beast pirates, my guy? That's what's going on here. For the most part, I try not to pay attention to that because it can lead to toxic back and forths. We just got to enjoy the story, enjoy both characters. Sometimes it is trolling, two friends just having fun, but sometimes a lot of people get involved that don't know each other, and then it becomes toxic. And then people start calling each other names because you like a different character. How could you like that character? I really didn't mean to turn this into a Sanji versus Zoro rant, but I just see it so constantly, bro. It's not that deep. You can have fun with it, but when you start calling people names, calling them trash, calling them idiots, fueled by this Sanji hate or this Zoro hate, hands off. I don't even want to talk to you. I assume if we get on that topic, you can't even remain neutral because you're just so consumed with your agenda. It's disgusting. I don't like you. Anyway, back to predictions. Appreciate the comments. I have another comment I want to get to. Captain Kuri says Sanji frequently keeps an eye on the crew's psychological states and always manages to give them emotional support. Sanji's been doing a great job as the facilitator for the crew, while Zoro's been a great tone setter, especially in this opening section of the war. Perfect comment. You know why? We not only appreciate Sanji, but we find a way to appreciate Zoro as well. In this situation, Sanji in psychological states and Zoro being the tone setter is perfect. Something Zoro is great at is making you believe you can do better than you're already doing. We saw it in Wano with Kiku, right? Where Zoro said, I'm not helping you. You're strong. You're a strong woman. You can do it. And we've seen what Kiku, she's shown moments where she stepped up to the task that Zoro's kind of provided. Where for Sanji, he's looking at your psychological state. He's trying to evaluate and see how you're thinking, how you're feeling, because then he knows how to react, he knows how to move. A moment you could tell it was clear when Sanji has a grip on how everyone in the crew is feeling is that Luffy versus Usopp moment, where Sanji immediately understood where both of them were going and tried to put an end to it because he understood both perspectives, but he also knew that things were getting out of hand. Zoro stepped up as well. This is an example of these two characters being great, but in different ways. And we can appreciate them for different things. Even the nothing happened moment. People give Zoro all the credit, and I give him a lot of credit as well. But even in that moment, it showed that Sanji was willing to put his dream aside because he valued and understood Zoro's goal and what Zoro was chasing. It goes all the way back to Baratier, where Sanji thought Zoro was stupid, was insane for chasing the things he was chasing. Why do you even try? So for him, he's like, you know what? I'll be the sacrifice. You have things you want to accomplish. I got it. And then Zoro's like, no, I got it. Moments like that aren't appreciated enough, where both of these people are showing they're willing to toss everything aside for Luffy. Sanji gets criticized for Whole Cake Island, but people completely forget everything that was on the line. For the most part, it was war against the Yonko, and Sanji did not feel like Luffy was ready yet. And so for him, of course, with Zeph on the line as well, he felt like the best thing he could do was give up his dream of finding the All Blue and traveling with this crew, cooking for this crew, which he thoroughly enjoys, to help the crew. But no, he's trash. Believe in Luffy. Don't matter. Believe in Luffy. Guys, character agency is a real thing. And moments like that adds to character agency. You want the story to feel real. You want it to feel like these characters are making decisions independent of just narrative driven. The Whole Cake Island detour was not expected. I was like, all right, Zoe, we about to go to Wano. Whole Cake Island came out of nowhere. It was like, whoa, an interesting twist. But now we don't like it because it's like, oh, Sanji doing his thing again, not believing in Luffy. That's always been Sanji, right? Where he's always questioned things, always questioned himself. I understand, right? There's some Sanji fans, stands I should say, that can be obnoxious. So it's not just Zoro stands doing this, Sanji stands do this as well. Where based on what's happened to them throughout the community and just throughout the series, once something happens, it's like, I'm on y'all now. So anyway, what do I expect from this chapter, 989? So it's a few things, right? And a few characters that we haven't seen in a while, and a character that we have seen that I think we're missing something. What I'm talking about is not just X Drake and what he's doing, because I really believe he's meeting up with Law. And he's contacting the Marines. Maybe he's at the gondola trying to bring them up. Other than X Drake, right? Other than Marco and Perospero, because what are their plans? I'm not exactly sure how they can accomplish both things, because at the end of the day, Perospero just wants to sabotage this alliance. Marco wants to take down Kaido. Can both things be done? Yes. Would Big Mom agree to this? I don't think so. So now what? What do we do with this big baby that will not agree to this plan? You don't tell her. You don't tell her. You just do what you need to do, and then she'll fall in line based on what happens. Because if Kaido and his subordinates see Perospero with Marco, Big Mom, why is your eldest son working with one of the strongest people from the alliance? Can you let me know that? Big Mom's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about? Then we have Kaido versus Big Mom. Now to another character that Oda has been slowly but surely building up a plot point, and it's adding to what I felt about matchups, and I mentioned last week. Who's who? Who's who? What does Who's Who want? Well, Who's Who, ever since he's been introduced, has been talking about Queen. And every time Queen has been brought up to Who's Who, it's been almost a sinister look in regards to Who's Who. I want to put something in perspective, right? When Queen was doing his thing, DJing with Apu, or just the MC with Apu for the ceremony, Who's Who said, yo, if Queen died, all right, if Queen happened to die, who y'all think would replace him? That's one thing. Secondly, they talked about the meritocracy in Kaido's crew. Who was there? They were talking with King, talking with Kaido. If you capture Yamato, you have the right to challenge an all-star. Everybody cool with that? Cool. Who says, yo, I'm cool with that. I'm ready for that. Now, fast forward. Who's Who sees Luffy, Kid, Law, Killer. Fuck that. I don't want them. I want Yamato. Luffy, Kid, Zoro, Killer. I said Law. I think Zoro, Killer. Nah. Focus on Yamato. Queen wants to kill somebody? Well, I want to kill somebody too. What does that tell us? What is that telling you? Based on these sequential events, what is that telling us? Even now, amidst everything that's going on, Queen hasn't done anything. Who's Who hasn't done anything. He's on the way there. Chaos is about to ensue. King is away. Kaido also talked about how Who's Who and Sasuke, previous captains, in a way, they were subjugated by Kaido and his all-stars. Is it far-fetched that Queen took out the entirety of Who's Who's crew and he wants personal revenge on Queen? It's not crazy. Kaido did the same to Moria. Is it crazy that he did the same to Who's Who's crew? Specifically Queen. And Queen, once he saved them, brought them in, tortured them, forced Who's Who to work with them. At this point, I don't care if that's Luffy, Kid, Zoro, and Killer, right? I'm not sure if he knows about how notorious those people are, but either way, he didn't care. He wanted Yamato so he could have an opportunity to challenge an all-star. In the midst of war, when you have personal vendettas, like this isn't about beast pirates for Who's Who. I want Queen. How can I get it? Amidst all the chaos, I can challenge you right now. Either way, I'm getting my fight. Now, people may say, well, that doesn't benefit him because, at the end of the day, he's a beast pirate. He's a beast pirate because he was subjugated. He didn't want to be one. He was a former captain of his own crew. I don't think Who's Who went along just, easily. I believe his crew got decimated. He said, you know what? I'll come under Kaido for now. But at the end of the day, he still has an ambition to move up. He still wants that. So now, what's next? I personally don't think that any of the Straw Hats fight Queen. I think Who's Who fights Queen. I just think it's all there. I did say at one point, I don't think this storyline that Oda's building up as far as the All-Stars being challenged by the Flying Six, I don't think it ever formulates. Now, I think it could be a thing because it kills two birds with one stone. It essentially removes two strong people from Kaido's side that we don't have to fight anymore. People may say, well, that removes feats from people. No. If Sanji and Zoro fight King, or they fight King in different moments, or Sanji's just going around the war doing different things instead of a full-out one-on-one fight, it's war. It can be justified. It is war. That never happened in Marineford, other than Whitebeard and Akainu, and that was still a little dicey. No one-on-ones. It was touch and go. People didn't appreciate Marco back then for what he was doing, but now they do because they're like, Marco did a lot in that war. He was filling in holes. He was saving different people. Sanji could essentially do the same thing. Do I want that? No, I want a 1-on-1 fight. Meathead is the meathead for me. When you think about it, it's war. Anything could happen. If Sanji fights Queen, cool. But that Who's Who Queen thing, it might go somewhere. It might. Before I end this, I wanted to talk about the new volume cover. So let's get into it really quickly. The new volume cover. Sasuke, Black Maria, Ulti, X-Drake, and Page 1. Obviously, Who's Who. And you have the monster trio here just looking amazing. Luffy has Armin Haki on his arm. Obviously, I think that's indicating that Luffy is probably going to get the next step, right? He's at the next step in regards to Armin Haki. It's a dope panel, dope cover story. Or volume cover, I should say. My boys, Law and Kid. More so Law. I like Law more than Kid. But then the Flying Six. The hair colors, I think, was surprising. Who's Who's hair being pink, very surprising. Black Maria's being blonde was surprising as well because we always assume these characters, they have blonde hair, then they don't. Oda goes like a truly colorful route. She's just blonde, right? And people are like, well, she's blonde just like the last person that betrayed Yonko or the last undercover agent. I don't know. I'm not sure where she is at this point. Ulti's hair makes sense. Page 1 just being, I like Page 1's design a lot, man. I really do. And Ulti's as well. In regards to Who's Who and his hair color, I think it looks dope. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. People did not like it. People were saying, oh, a red mask and pink hair. What are we doing? That's like how people felt about Katakuri's hair when it was revealed to have like crimson hair, right? People are like, oh, I don't like that at all. Give me black hair. Like, what, man? Like, this shit is fire. And now look at it. Katakuri, I think, has one of the best designs in One Piece, right? It's grown on you. So for me, I didn't have any real expectations in regard to these characters and their hair, so it doesn't bother me one bit. I'm worried about Sasuke though, because I wonder if he's still tied up right now by Denjiro. Like, what is he gonna do? What is his purpose in this entire war? Because he was built up a little bit and was pretty prominent in regards to the future of the story, talking about like him as a fighter, him as a captain. So we'll see what comes of it. But I'm really excited for the Flying Six, an amazing volume cover, one of the best in a while. People say, yo, Brago, every video you talk about videos that you're going to make in the future and you don't get to them. You're right. But at some point, we might have to rank the volume covers, man, because some of the volume covers have been fire. You rank the volume covers post time skip or something. So, but anyway, give me your thoughts, guys. How do you feel about the chapter coming up? We talked about a lot in this video. Give me your thoughts. I appreciate thoughts, feedback, critique, any of that. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. We appreciate you. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Guys, please keep commenting, keep liking. Liking the video does help a lot. So if you enjoyed the video, you got this far, just drop a like. Even if you disagree with me, you enjoyed what I was saying or how I was saying it. You know what I'm saying? But what is wrong with me? People have been asking me about this hat. It might be able to be purchased. Just let me know if you're interested. Just let me know down below if you're interested in a hat like this. Maybe different colorways. But just let me know and I can make it happen. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BragoDAce. Follow me on Instagram at Bragody.ace. Again, thank you to my patrons, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.